So, looking ahead to this week, okay? So we've got, today we're going to do J5. Tomorrow, we don't have class, but if you're a freshman or a sophomore, then you've got pre-ACT and or forward testing, okay? So you've got that tomorrow. Then J6 on Wednesday, some more practice writing. J7 on Thursday. Friday, we've got a practice. I see them. They can wait for me. If they're going to show up late, then they get to wait for me. Yep. Okay? All right? So that's the schedule for this week. Okay? So today we're on J5. Okay? We're on J5 today. It's in your notes, in your white note packet. Let's start. This is actually, I was really excited to see this one because I was correcting I can't remember if it was J4, had this very question right at the start. Or if it was J4. So it was last Thursday's question right at the start. And I was kind of shocked at some of the answers that we were getting for this one. Okay? So I mean, we're going to start with you. For some reason, I always start with this side. I don't know why. What is the slope-intercept form of a line? No, what is the slope-intercept form of a line? If you don't know, look back 1 or 2 pages. You shouldn't have to go back more than 1 or 2 pages to see slope-intercept form of a line. Right there in the middle of that page. I see it. No, what is the slope-intercept form of a line? It's like the equation of a line. In the general form. Okay? So an equation needs an equal sign. So it can't just be B, it can't just be F. With me? There you go. I was getting ready to point to a C right here where it says slope-intercept form. Yep. So it's y equals mx plus b. Now, what did we tell you to do with that last week? What did we tell you to do with y equals mx plus b? Starts with an M. Ends with or eyes. Actually, it ends with memorize. What do you got? Memorize. Right? Memorize y equals mx plus b. Okay? Memorize y equals mx plus b. Okay? All right. So, what does the M represent in y equals mx plus b? The slope. Yep, exactly. It represents the slope of the line. Okay? What does the B represent? The y-intercept. And y stays y, and x stays x in the answer to that problem. Okay? In the work that we have to use to get to that Izzy, we might have to substitute in x and y for that to find the b. Okay? Because typically right now we're going to be given the slope and a point, much like number 1. Okay? So we're going to start with, we want our answer to be in y equals mx plus b form, but we also start with y equals mx plus b form. Okay? So what can you fill in for me in y equals mx plus b? Okay, let's back up a step. So this is my slope, right? -1, because it's m. Okay, so that's my slope. I put it in a blue box. Okay. What is 0? Is that an x value or is that a y value? That's an x value. What is 6? A y value, right? Okay. So now that we have an m, we have an x, we have a y, what can we do? Okay. Do it for me. No. Because you said y was 6, right? So instead of y, I'm going to put 6 equals -1. Well, what's my x? No, what's my x? 0. So it's going to be times 0, right? And then plus b, right? Yeah, fantastic. Right, what is 0 times -1? 0 times anything is 0. Okay, so -1 times 0 is 0. Okay? Follow-up question. What is 0 plus b? B, right? Okay, so my b value is 6. I hear you. Just wait. Okay, all right? Chloe, put it all together. What's my m value? It's in a blue box. -1. What's my b value? Screen. 6. So put it all together in y equals mx plus b form for me. Y equals, what's my m value? -1 x plus 6. Good job. That is our answer. Cora, we're up to you. Starting with y equals mx plus b, right? Okay. What's my m? Actually, wait, let's go left to right. We're starting with y equals mx plus b. What's my y? -1. What's my m? -2. What's my x? And I'm solving for b, right? Right? Love it. Okay? -2 times 4. -2 times 4. -8. How would you go about solving -8 plus b equals -1 for b? Are we adding, or are we subtracting, or are we multiplying, or are we dividing the 8? Or, excuse me, the -8. We're adding it, right? Okay. So I would have to move it by plus 8 plus regular 8, right? Because really, if we're adding the -8, which is true, and then I would have to subtract -8 to move it, but subtracting a negative is add, right? So add 8 to both sides. Yep. Oh, let's see. Good. -1 plus 8. -1 plus 8. So we're down here at -1. We got a plus 8. We got to go up 8. That means we end at +7 or -7? +7. +7. Okay. Misty, can you put it all together for me now? Y equals -2x plus 7. Love it. We're on that page. All right. You do the next 6. Yes, you're doing 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go for it. Kyle, we're up to you. How did you start number 3? Keep going. Keep talking. Okay. 2 equals, your slope was your m, that's your 1/2. That was your x, -6, and then plus b is what you said. Okay, go ahead. We should move with that. Yep, exactly. Then what? And 3 both sides. Love it. What'd you get? 5 equals b. Okay, plus sign. I'm gonna finish it off one. That final answer. 1/2. Missing something. 1/2 x plus 5. Yeah. So otherwise 1/2 plus 5 would just be 5.5. 5.5. Right? Yeah. Look. Really, I saved the hardest one for you. Can you handle number? What do you got? Is there any work to do on this one? So what do you get for an answer? Ooh, missing something. X. Let's see. There you go. Done. See? Hardest one. Just for you. Why was the hardest one? Because it was so easy. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're like everything's given to you, and you're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, but it's all right there for you, and no work to be done. Michelle, what did you do in number 5? Plus b. Love it. Okay, so you went y here, and then you went y equals x plus b, and you went -2 equals, and then you said -3/2 times 4 plus b. What did you get for -3/2 times 4? -6. I would concur that is -6. Is there anybody in the audience that needs me to show them how we got -6 there? Okay. Then what did you do? Added 6 to both sides. What did you get for a b value? 4. So what did you get for a final answer then? Put a box around it. And we're all the way back to you. We have reset all the way back to you. Gave you a hint on this one, right? We can do it. We just can't put it in y equals mx plus b form, right? Okay. So what kind of lines have undefined slopes? Vertical lines, right? Is that a Hoy or a box case? It's a box case because it's vertical. The B for vertical. So this is not Hoy, but this one is a box case. What does box stand for again? Vertical only x. So this answer isn't going to be y equals mx plus b. It's going to be x equals some number, right? Okay. Now, Izzy, in the point 4, 5, which part is the x? The 4 is the x, right? So if I'm only x equals, what did finish off my equation? X equals 4. Done. Yeah. Questions on those 4? All right. Wyatt, would you be offended if I had you do number 8 first before we do number 7? Okay. What do you got for me for a y-intercept here in number 8?
I got -1.
So 0, -1 is the point, which gives me a b value then of -1. I would agree. Rip, what did you get for a slope in number 8? You might have just be figuring it out right now, it looks like. Okay, well, let me tap the brakes here for a second. Did you go to this point right here? Or this one up here? That one right there? Okay, all right. So what did you get me for a run then? Actually, tap the brakes. I immediately say no because I want to do it in rise over run form, right? Yeah. So what did you get me for a rise here? 3. I would agree with that. What did you get me for a run? 1. But which direction is that run in? That's a -1 run. So my slope is going to be +3 over -1, or simply just -3. Cora, now that we've got an m and a b, can you give us the equation, please? Can I just put -3 there instead for my slope? Okay. And what's my b again? -1. So let's give it to me one more time. Y equals, what's my slope? Just -3. That's okay. And then what do we need? X. And what's my b? So -1. Okay. Good now. If I asked you what the coordinates, so that's x, y, coordinates of x and y of a point, right? Can you tell me what the coordinates of this purple point are? Okay. -1, -2, -1, -2. I would concur. To tell it, what are the coordinates of this point? 1, 3, did you say? Bryce, can I find the y-intercept? Because then go through a nice point like that number 8 did, right? See why we did number 8 first. Okay, right? So I can't find the y-intercept, so I can't find my b just yet. Can I find my slope? Okay, let's go purple to orange. Okay, right? What's my rise? 1. What's my run? 2. So if that's the case, what is my slope?
somebody said, oh wait, it said it before. Good, what did you describe slope as before?
Rise over run. So what's my rise? What's my run? So my slope is 1 over 2. Yep, same. Okay. Color, do you want to use purple or do you want to use orange? First off, let me ask you another question. Does it matter? Does it matter if we use purple or orange? No, because they're both on the same line, right? Okay. So you want to use purple, you want to use orange? Purple? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down here just a wee bit here. Okay. So we got y equals mx plus b. Well, what's the y value of the purple one? Remember, points are going to red. X, L1. That's my y value. In the purple, 2. What's my slope value in this problem? 1/2. What's the x value from the purple one? -1. And I gotta solve that. B. Right? And what's negative 1 times 1/2? I almost went negative 1/2 times 1. What do you get? The same answer. 1/2 times -1. Let's take the negative. So let's deal with that one right away. Positive number times a negative number is going to be could be negative, right? Okay. All right. So this one is going to be negative. Okay. Now, so the negative sign is out of play. So what's 1/2 times 1? 1/2, right? Yeah. 1 times anything is itself, so this is just going to be negative 1/2. Okay. C-dubs. Do I like fractions when I'm solving? No. So what am I going to multiply everything by? No. To get rid of the fraction. Multiply everything by 2, right? Okay. So I'm going to multiply here by 2, here by 2, and there by 2. 2 times 2, close. 4. Negative 1/2 times 2. Now remember, we multiplied by 2 to get rid of the fraction. So can I do this? So negative 1/2 times 2 is, what's left over? What's left over?
Oh.
What's left over? It's not crossed out, right? -1. 2 times b. 2b. Okay, I want to solve for b. What's the first thing that I got to do? It's right here. Michelle, it's right here. And what? Add 1 to both sides. 4 plus 1? Then what? I want to get b by itself. What's the 2 doing to the b? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Ooh, you see a plus sign between there?
Not negative.
It's not negative, no, so it's not subtraction. But there's no plus sign between them, right? So what's going on? Give me another chance. Nope, we already said there wasn't a subtraction sign in between them.
On there, no, I mean multiplication.
Multiplication. Okay, what's the opposite of multiplication?
I said the same
Oh, I thought you were saying division as in that's what's going on with 2 and B. Oh, my fault. I misunderstood you. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by
No.
2. Yep, divide both sides by 2. We were speaking the same language. We were just not speaking it in the right forms. You know what I mean? Okay? So then these two cancel each other out. Leave me with just B, right? So 5 halves is B. Yeah. You get to finish us off now. Ready? What's the slope of this one yet? One half. What's the B? 5 over 2. So give me the y equals mx plus b for it. Y equals. That is worthy of 4 stars. Or is it a 5-star problem? 5-star problem. Good job. Okay? With me? All right, so your goal for the next 19 minutes is I'm going to hand a bunch of stuff back, because I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff to hand back. You've got, some people have some J1, 2, 3, or 4s to hand back, or to turn in yet. Okay? So that could be working on. And, yeah, there's work time.